Hi and welcome. So today I want to talk about resisting change because you don't want to become that woman. And I'm going to share a little bit more about what that woman really means. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and emotional eating expert. And so I got this question this week in my program. And so one of my clients asked me this question, and it was an interesting question because I think we all go through this when we're wanting to change, when we're wanting to move forward. Will I become that woman? And that woman is an image or person we have in our mind that we think might be difficult or too picky or whatever it is that we feel like we don't want to become. So I'll give you a little bit of context. So for my client, she was asking, how do I eat when I'm at restaurants? I don't want to be, too much. And I just want to have, I want to be that girl that has like burger and fries, but I don't feel good having that. And I don't want to be sort of seen as high maintenance by asking for what I really need. And so for me, this was an interesting question because this client, she was in this sort of position where she wasn't honoring her true needs by asking for what she really wanted. She wanted to sort of be someone that she wasn't, to have the approval of her boyfriend or to appear a certain way. And I don't even know if this is, the approval of her partner or not, but it was her idea of who she needed to be in order to be sort of seen a certain way. And so that brought up so many questions in my mind. And it started making me think about why we don't change, especially when we have, emotional eating and we're not nourishing ourselves, because we live in our bodies. And if we don't feel good and we're trying to please someone else, we don't win either way because we're showing them that our needs don't matter and that we're not actually showing our authentic selves to them. And so we will most likely, have a partner that wants that sort of inauthentic version of who we are. And so we'll sort of feel like we're never really seen for who we truly are. We can never be who we truly are. So this is a deeper conversation. And so I'm going to bring it back to emotional eating. So emotional eating is when we use food to soothe ourselves, when we use food to help us with our discomfort, with our uncomfortable emotions. And typically this pattern starts when we are in childhood because our parents or caregivers didn't see, hear, or validate our emotions, who we were. And so we started using food to kind of soothe ourselves temporarily. And we also decided then to be a certain way so that we could get the love and approval that they might have given to us. So we become a certain way in order to please them. And so we become people pleasers in a sense. And so I see this so much with emotional eaters. They put everyone before themselves. They are trying to be really nice. They neglect their needs. And then they get really sort of burnt out. And then they're emotionally eating because part of them knows that they're sort of dishonoring themselves. And that part is really crying out to be seen. And they keep sort of stuffing their emotions as well. And so when we sort of put everyone before us, and even our change, we don't want to change or appear a certain way, you really have to ask yourself, who does that serve? Does that serve you? Does it serve your partner or the person you want in your life? If you're showing sort of an inauthentic version of yourself, how are you going to ever be truly seen and loved for who you are? And so this is a scary place to be in because we have been sort of raised to be this way. And, it's something that's important to talk about. I'm going to say personally, of course, I would personally want someone to see me authentically, see me in the whole range of emotions. If I need to eat a certain way at a restaurant, this is not about a burger and fries. If I wanted to eat burger and fries at a restaurant, that is totally fine. It's just about knowing that if you need to eat something different, why are you judged for being different or needing to honor your needs? And you need to start questioning yourself and seeing that if you did have your needs met or you asked for them, maybe think back to when you were younger. Were you punished? Did you feel like you'd get in trouble? You had to put your parents' needs first. You had to be a certain way to be loved. And so we can start seeing how this pattern starts playing out because there are deeper things under the surface. And so, it's important to really start going deeper into why this pattern exists. It seems so simple on the surface, but it plays into all of these things. And I just want to say that as you move through, this is sort of the question, there are multiple layers to this. And so when I work with clients, so this is a client going through the Emotional Eating Evolution program, which is the program that my clients go through. They get lots of support and guidance, and we work through sort of issues like this. This could be sort of a boundary issue, a self-love issue. There are layers to this. And so for my client, she really has to look at, there are actually 4 phases of the program, but the 3 main ones that I would focus on is, our nourishment is important, because if she chooses to not nourish herself properly at that meal, and not tune into what her body really needs, then she's sort of restricting herself or saying something's wrong with her, and she might feel really badly about that later and eventually emotionally eat. And then she's also not listening to her body's rhythms. Maybe she needs more vegetables at that time of the month, or she's just knowing that her body is going to be not feeling well the next day. If she eats this meal, she's not going to get good sleep, or she's going to feel bloated the next day, or whatever it is. She's making that decision. She has to see if this is going to serve her on sort of a more long-term level, or even to the next day. And then finally, emotionally, is she honoring her needs? Because in that moment, she's questioning and she's sort of doubting herself, because if she really wanted the burger and fries, she would have had it. But she really wants something else, and she has to work through those emotions that feel uncomfortable about asking for her needs, about showing up authentically. And that usually goes into the deeper work. We work with the somatic meditations, with psychotherapy tools, where we go into the deeper wounding, maybe with childhood issues. Something might have happened that made her feel like her needs weren't important, or she had to be a certain way to be loved. And so we would work on it on that emotional level, because even physically she needs to nourish herself, but something deeper is holding her back from doing that or putting her in this position. And so as we work through the program, you have the tools to work through an issue like this, because if we were to just step back and zoom out, this is sort of a simple issue. You want to nourish your body, you want to feel good in your body, and it doesn't matter how it looks like on the plate. And you want your partner or whoever you're out with to be supportive of that and not judgmental. And it's kind of simple to me when I look at it, but we have all of these other layers under the surface. So this is how, I would sort of explore this with a client. And so take what resonates in this video. Hopefully it's helpful to sort of see this perspective. And of course, if you're looking for more support and guide in your own emotional eating journey, I would love to invite you to book in an emotional eating assessment call. On this call, we see where you're at and what your goals are, and if the program is a fit to support you. I'd love to invite you to book in that call, or if you want more information about the program, you can check out the links below. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and please be sure to like and subscribe. And I look forward to sharing more with you, and I hope you have a great day.